Welcome back for another episode of Full Retard. Today we have more Am I the A-hole questions. First up, am I the A-hole for not letting my roommate use my micro fridge unless she pays for half of the rent for it? By Throwaway 972511. I, female 19, am currently doing summer classes at my college, as I was able to stay on campus due to family issues. I have a roommate, female 19, Jill, who seemed like she was great. Before we moved in, I asked her if she wanted to split the cost of renting a micro fridge, about $220 for the year. She says no, she doesn't need a fridge or a microwave. I rented my own and thought everything was okay. A week or so into living together, Jill asked if she can use the microwave to heat up her food from a few nights ago. I say sure, because I didn't think it was a huge deal and thought it was a one-time event. Nope. She continued asking to use the microwave for a few weeks, buying food that could only be made in a microwave without asking me if that was okay. I let it slide because I didn't really want to get into it with her. A week passed, and I told her that I wanted her to pay a third of the cost if she was going to be using it that much, as she was also leaving a pretty big mess regularly inside of it. She just laughed and said that it's our microwave and she can do what she wants with it. Then, I get back from grocery shopping one day and go to put ice cream in the freezer to discover that it has a bunch of her stuff in it, leaving me with no room to put my stuff in. So I told her that if she wanted to keep using it, she had to pay me half of the rent for it. She scoffed and said that I was being a bad roommate and that it was fine for her to use it as it was in our room, and that it was unfair for me to go from a third to a half. Well, a third was when she was only using the microwave and when she's taking up significant space. I want her to contribute to it more. I told her that I wanted her to Venmo the money to me by the end of the week, or I'd take her stuff out of the fridge and put everything in my room where she can't get to it. A week passes, still no money. I can barely fit any of my stuff in the fridge that I paid for because of everything she has in there. I reminded her a couple of times about it, going about 1.5 weeks. Then I took all of her stuff out of the fridge and put it by her bed, moving the fridge into my room and locking the door. She gets back and freaks out, yelling about how I'm a horrible roommate and she needs her Gatorade to be cold because it helps with her migraines. I've been living with her for a few weeks now and she's never mentioned this before, and that if I don't get the fridge out of my room, she's going to get the people in charge of the dorm involved. I asked for the money again, and she said that it was her right to use it as we were sharing the room. She continued to flip out at me until I just went into my room and shut her out. Am I the a-hole? I think I'm being reasonable because it's my fridge that I paid for. A few of my friends agree with me, but Jill's friends have been texting me about how I'm messing with her migraines and making her life harder because the meds don't work on her. Next we have question by Thanks International. Am I the a-hole for calling my mom a whore? Turns out my mom cheated on my dad many times with a coworker, and my family is breaking up. It's really saddening, and I'm choosing to live with my dad because F my mom for doing this. My mom was begging me to choose her, and I told her to go F herself, and I said she's a disgusting, cheating whore who's breaking up the family. She started crying, and I later got cursed out by my uncles and aunts, her siblings, who are saying I'm such an awful child. F them, F those people, they can all rot in hell. No, you're not the a-hole. Your mom did what she did, and that was wrong. Next we have, Am I the a-hole for not calling an ambulance for someone who asked? By My Criminal Scum. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Be sure to subscribe and like this video on YouTube, subscribe to our podcast, and like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.